जब सोई हो तुम जाग जाते हो, पहले रब के सामने तुम हाथ उठाते हो, फिर मखलूक की खिदमत में तुम झुक जाते हो। दूध की ये नेमत हम तक पहुंचाते हो। तूने जीवन की तस्वीरें रंगों में है ढाली, तेरे दम से है आती हर घर में खुशहाली। खुशहाली हो, खुशहाली, चलते फिरते तेरे मवेशी एक अनमोल खजाना है। हर बीमारी हर तकलीफ से तुमने इन्हें बचाना है। याद है रखना तुमने अपनी पैदावार बढ़ाना है। आगही और इल्म के हर पहलू को अपनाना है। हो जो सेहतमंद कौम समझो हमने मंजिल पाली। खुशहाली हो, खुशहाली, खुशहाली हो, आज से है ये अज़्म हमारा और खुद से भी है पैमान। तंदुरुस्ती और सेहत बनेगी यूं ही हम सबकी पहचान। धरती होगी शान हमारी, हम होंगे धरती का मान। डेयरी हब ने खुशहाली की राहों में मारी है जान, और तरक्की की ये राहें हम सब ने है अपना ली। खुशहाली हो, खुशहाली,
Assalamu alaikum viewers, your host Ruby Anam and Dr. Nasir Javed are back with yet another Dairy Hub training program.
Viewers, Pakistan is the third largest milk producing country in the world. But the primary reason for this is the number of animals, not its per animal milk production. In Pakistan, low average milk production is due to the lack of a balanced feed and suitable care of animals. If we want to make our dairy farms profitable, we must adopt modern methods. To discuss this matter, we have invited to our show Hafiz Wasi Muhammad Khan. Hafiz Wasi Khan Sahab works for the prestigious Solve Agri Park. Let us talk to him.
Assalamu alaikum Wasi Sahib. We welcome you to our training program about dairy hubs. First of all, we would like to ask your opinion about the current practices of our brother farmers regarding the care of their animals. What would you like to say about that?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ruby, you have asked a very important question. Whenever anyone starts a business, he must know where to start it and where to take it. Unfortunately, in our country, farmers do not know if dairy farming may be a profitable business for them or not. Traditionally, they just keep animals and do not care whether they can be a source of profitability or not. They just maintain their animals as a status symbol or acquired through inheritance. They seldom consider how much money they spend on them and how much money they earn from them. A couplet by Ustad Daman, a Punjabi poet, expressed their situation very well, and I quote, "How will they reach their destination when their horse points one way and their carriage the other? Unless they put their horse and carriage in the right direction, there cannot be any prosperity in their homes. Therefore, it is necessary for farmers to give up this tradition of keeping their animals as heritage. They should be using them entirely for business purposes. Presently, if a farmer has 64 animals, only 4 of them would be in lactation. Now, you can just estimate what the balance sheet will show at the end of the year. Farmer is only making expenses from his personal account, and it saddens me to say that it is nothing but a matter of loss.
Very well said, Hafiz Saab. Please tell our brother farmers what factors can be applied to turn their farms into profitable businesses.
Firstly, the farmer should consider his dairy farming as a potential business, and so he should apply all the business principles to operate it. And in this business, his animal is the primary asset. It's important to see that is the animal capable of producing enough milk or meat that could be a good source to fill his coffers? Secondly, and this is really the basis of his success, does he have enough of the right feed for his animals? Unfortunately, the common practice here is that we overfeed them for 2 days with feed which is unavailable the rest of the year. Then we starve them for a few days. Then for a couple of days we will feed them wheat, straw. Only then again maybe we feed them a proper feed. This erratic pattern of feeding animals is common, and they end up having a very unstable feeding practice the year round, which obviously results in poor productivity of the animal. Thirdly, farmers do not worry about the maintaining the health of their animals. They think that the doctor is really available and his sick animals will get treated for 500 rupees. So he doesn't bother about any prevention or care. Now you tell me, if I were to fall ill, I wouldn't attend office for a few days, and when I do go, the staff of the office would treat me lightly for some time. This means my productivity has been affected. Presently, neither is the feeding places nor mangers and sheds planned according to good farming practices. If the farmer wants to raise quality animals, number one, he should not keep animals which produce less than 20 liters of milk, whether it is a cow or a buffalo. Number two, it should be able to give birth to a calf every year. Number three, after pregnancy, it should be productive for 7 months so that the farmer's balance sheet is not disturbed for more than 2 months. Number 4. The animals should not have royal temperaments as if they were the Nawabs of Lucknow. They should not be affected by the hot summer or cold seasons. Under all circumstances, the animal should have the ability to survive in the Pakistani climate. So these are the 4 qualities that an animal must possess. The place where it is kept must be clean, just as if we do not provide good facilities to our children, how can we expect them to perform well? If we expect better productivity from animal, we must ensure good housing for our animals, and also by using all available technology in our country for prevention of disease in animals. We should employ all of it so that our animals can stay safe and healthy.
Wasi Sahib, please tell us what role can balanced feed play to achieve better production?
When we talk about the management of dairy farms for prosperity, the role that a balanced feed plays is 60% and all the rest is 40%. For that, it is important to know what are the needs of the animals and what does the animal give you. Your animal give you firstly milk, and secondly it is a source of meat. To maintain its productivity, a farmer has to ensure that certain criteria are met. 5 things are essential. Number 1, carbohydrates. It is available in plenty in the form of concentrates, bran and grains. Number 2, proteins. Proteins are found in green fodder, especially alfalfa, which contains 24% protein. It is the supreme feed for animals, the king of fodder. Number 3, fats. Animals need fat so that their internal organs perform efficiently. Number 4, energy. Animals require a lot of energy for production. Just as we say milk is a complete feed and advise our children to drink a lot of milk so that they have the energy to overcome opponents. Milk is no doubt an excellent source of energy. Therefore, I want to extract that from my animals. I should be prepared to feed him double that amount in balanced feed to make up for the energy it has lost. And the last thing is mineral mixture. Minerals are available for human beings here for the care of joints and bones. Milk has a lot of calcium. Mineral mixture should be a part of their feed. Besides all this, the farmer should keep one thing more in his mind. Young calves need to have healthy growth to be productive later, so they must be nourished with a balanced feed appropriate for their growth. If an animal is pregnant, it is required that its health and needs are taken care of to ensure production in the future. It also has to nourish its child, so the ingredients that will compose its feed are served accordingly. If an animal is producing 20, 25 or 28 liters of milk, then its nutritional requirements should include higher amounts of energy giving ingredients. In my opinion, those farmers or who know what type of feed is required at each stage will be successful.
Very well said, Wasi Saab. Please tell some leading principles for better management of animals.
Let me quote a couplet of Sufi poet Muhammad Bakhsh. Knowledgeable men swim across, but the ignorant are struggling. Knowledgeable men swim across, but the ignorant are struggling. They shall not let you drown, O Muhammad Bakhsh, those that have a learned teacher. If the farmer is a learned teacher of his animals, he will have no problem. If a farmer were to act upon relevant instructions that I am passing on, in 6 years, he will have all his animals will be productive. They would be recognized as cream of the crop, elite animals able to produce over 25 liters of milk. To begin with, it is crucial that animals are considered dearer than one's own children, because as children grow, they can voice their demands with speech, and this would enable them to grow. However, since animals cannot speak, a farmer is required to understand its unspoken needs. Just like a mute child's mother would understand his needs without a language. The only way this can be done is to maintain records. The records would show how much production each individual animal has been giving. Also, breeding record of animals is important. Just by recording these items, at the end of the year, the farmer would be able to decide which animals are productive and worth keeping. Secondly, a careful watch on the animals would reveal, through their body language, what they need. Once the farmer learns to interrupt those signs as to whether the animal needs shade or feed or water, then there should be no problem. This is when farming can progress to a successful and profitable business. So, this is when the farmer becomes the learned teacher. Right. This is when the farmer becomes a learned teacher. And to become a learned teacher is a great prescription success for my brother farmer, for our prosperity and for our country's prosperity.
Wasi Sahib, how does the shed hygiene affects an animal's production?
The hygienic environment of a shed is the best practice to maintain the productivity of an animal. As Muslims, we believe that cleanliness is half of our faith. If sheds are dirty and polluted, they offer a hospitable environment of all kinds of diseases to attack the animals. As you know, the vastly infectious mastitis affects 52% of our animals, a fact that is also acknowledged by our government. And Dr. Sahib here knows this is very well the great losses we suffer because of it. Mastitis is the single most important cause for financial losses to farmers due to poor animal health. And I assure you there will be no mastitis if there are clean sheds. And I am speaking from experience when I say that if the animal sheds are hygienically maintained, all other factors like feeding and preventive measures a farmer is taking will work like a current, which means that all these measures will work more efficiently and help the farmer make a good profit. I am sure if one wants to succeed in dairy farming and become prosperous, he has to ensure that the hygienic environment of his sheds should be made one half of his faith,
as well as the health of animals favorably. Do you think sheds play any role in animal productivity? If so, what should be the features of a good shed?
It has a huge role. Let me put it this way. When I go home tired from office or the field, and if my home is not comfortable, I cannot be expected to back to work the next day and achieve as much as I did earlier. Basically, it is not necessary that abodes should be grand like the Taj Mahal, because it's possible that a person who lives in a Taj Mahal cannot sleep well without taking sleeping pills, and a person who dwells in a beggar's shack sleeps soundly. Basically, the requirement for good housing for animals is that it should be simple and comfortable, where the animals are content and happy, and as a result more productive. The housing should be such where cleaning can be done easily and drainage is properly installed. Now is the age of automation and machines. As manual labor is getting expensive, sheds should be designed for futuristic farming, which means they should have space to accommodate machines in coming years. Just as human beings have maternity wards for human beings to deliver babies, the same way a specially designated place for calving is compulsory. Sick animals should also have separate quarters where they are undisturbed and comfortable until they are nursed back to health. In my opinion, a good shed has nothing to do with expenditure. It is to do with the comfort of the animals. If they want to sit on dry ground, it should be available. If they want a place to move and exercise their feet, that space should be available too. If an operation has to be performed, there should be a proper space for handling the animal in comfort. Let me give you an example. During rainy seasons, animals often suffer from a disease known as foot rot. To cure that, a solution of copper sulfate is used. In Kenya, I observed that shallow, narrow tracks had been dug and filled with this solution. The animals were made to walk in these tracks, so their hooves were dipped in the solution, and this usually prevented them from developing foot rot disease. The purpose of my telling you this is that all operations like vaccination, dipping the feet, feeding and resting should be easy on the animals. I am not advising any special kind of building, just that the shed should be airy, well lit with natural daylight, and the most distinctive feature of the shed is that it should be comfortable for the animals.
Let us see what Chaudhry Abdul Hamid and Fazlu are talking about with Saima ji.
Oh, have you served it water?
Yes, Chaudhry Sahab, I really take good care of it.
Salam alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Chaudhry Noor Muhammad, how are you feeling?
हाल बेहाल एदा मुस्तकबिल मैनू लगदा कंगाल हाल बेहाल.
Oi, aren't you being too cheeky? I was just being quiet, madman. So how are you, Chaudhry Noor Muhammad? Everything okay?
Oh, what should I tell you, Chaudhry Hamid? All my animals are becoming weaker and weaker. They have stopped eating and drinking, and worst of all, they are giving very low production too.
Early my animals were in the same state.
Then Saima ji and the Dairy Hub team led our Chaudhry Sahab to prosperity, and he became richy rich. So Chaudhry ji is having a good time, a good time, a good time.
What has this Dairy Hub team taught you? Do tell us too.
Chaudhry Noor Muhammad, I don't have to tell you anything, because the Dairy Hub team will tell you. Because Saima ji and the representative of the Dairy Hub are coming right here.
Here we are, ji. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Walaikum assalam.
This is Dr. Ahmed. He has been sent by Dairy Hub.
Welcome, Dr. Sahib. These people are waiting to hear you talk. Please sit down.
Thank you.
Dr. Sahib, these people are curious about what you told me, which has resulted in making my animal healthy. Please do tell these people what precious information you Dairy Hub people provided me.
Okay, sure. To make a dairy farm profitable and animals healthy, always remember three things. First, their nutritional requirements. Second, their hygiene. And third, their breeding. Only then you can earn a lot of money.
Dr. Sahab, please tell us about these things in detail so that we can practice them too.
By nutritional requirements, I mean give such feed to the animals which are good for their body. Give them a balanced feed.
Balanced? Dr. Sahab, what is balanced feed?
By balanced feed, I mean feed them on green fodder. Feed them concentrate ration instead of cotton seed cakes, and clean drinking water should be available for them 24 hours. In addition to this, there should be a pond at farm, and your animals must remain untied.
But Dr. Sahab, all this require expenditure.
It's very simple. If you take care of the feeding and hygienic environment of your animals, they will be more productive and this will make you prosperous.
One last important point. Always keep your animals in hygienic and airy places and clean their sheds daily.
Chaudhry Noor Mohammed, you have got priceless advice from the Dr. Sahib. Now do understand and remember it well.
Yes, yes, of course.
And now the third point, breeding. Plan breeding in such a way that the next generation should be more productive than the last one. So brothers, if you apply these three conditions, I assure you, your animals not only will be healthy, but also be more productive. They will be safe from diseases. Not only will you save a lot of money from medical expenses, but milk production will also increase.
Thank you very much, Chaudhry Hamid. Thanks to you we could meet Dr. Sahab, who has given us such valuable advice. We will certainly apply this knowledge. Okay, Saima ji.
No need to thank me. All this is thanks to Dairy Hub and Dr. Ahmed, who has helped us with such important chats.
Thank you, Dr. Sahab. Thank you, Saima ji.
You are welcome. It was my responsibility to advise you. Now it's up to you to apply this knowledge or not.
Many thanks again, Dr. Sahib.
Viewers, you heard Dr. Ahmed, and we have also listened to Hafiz Sahab's valuable advice. Today, we have learned a lot of important things in this program. I really liked Wasi Sahab's comment that farmers should be the learned teachers of their farms. And being a learned teacher means we should know all the needs and requirements of our farms. The kind of balanced feed that an animal needs, what measures can be taken to keep animals comfortable, how breeding through artificial insemination can ensure good production in a good generation of animals, and maintaining farm records. If all these items are practiced, we can make our farms profitable and also increase milk production significantly.
Wasi Sahib, thank you for being with us. You were very eloquent and we hope dairy farmers will follow your instructions. With this, our program comes to an end. Dr. Nasir and Ruby Anam beg your leave. Allah Hafiz.